Lord, take it all away. I got family doing life and never see the sunshine again and pray it all away. Diamond teeth when I blessed the game, I was being quiet but got a lot.
So I've been using astrology to understand and heal my approach to relationships. Um, you know, Within the past year, I've really gone within and taken a look at myself and my life up until now and been forced to realize that I'm perpetuating childhood traumas in my adult relationships. So, you know, parents can only love at their level of consciousness, and they may be perpetuating cycles that they went through as children. So I'm not blaming anyone for anything and not being a victim. I'm just shedding light on this perpetuating circumstances. Um, if you were ever abused or neglected or made to feel worthless as a child, it's typical to tend to perpetuate those situations or to perceive situations in the same manner. So, yeah, I recently had an ex-boyfriend resurface, and I decided to take a look at his chart, and it makes complete sense of the dynamic of the relationship. You know, it's not that either of you is a bad person. It's just that the synastry between the charts is just so bad, you know. Um, so this person in particular, he had K2 over my Jupiter. I had K2 over his Venus, and he had Rahu over my moon. So he just consumed me, and I chased him for 3 years. I tried to convince him to love me. I get so mad at him sometimes. I'd be like, why won't you just love me back? I would say it jokingly, but I really wanted, I just wanted him. But I guess, I was perpetuating feelings of worthlessness and unworthiness. So I introduced myself into a situation that couldn't grow. It couldn't grow. Um, it couldn't facilitate love. It couldn't facilitate wisdom and understanding. This is indicative of possible past life connections, but ultimately, an interesting thing is that he had Saturn in my Rahu, so ultimately it was a learning experience, and I wouldn't take a minute of it back, but I just wanted to share that perpetuating childhood trauma. And so the situation that is going on within your consciousness is showing up in the synastry of the charts. I mean, that's crazy to me. Like, you know, my mother was an alcoholic, my stepmother, and she wasn't always mean to me, but when she was mean, it just really stuck. It really burned me. It branded me. It left a mark on me. Being told I was stupid or to go to hell, and, just to be made to feel like I was in the way, or, perhaps she wasn't nurtured as a child, so she couldn't nurture me or didn't know how. So I didn't get that affection and like the touch and the loving embrace from her. And so I felt the lack of it within. It was an illusion of lack. So, I didn't have spiritual practices, and I didn't know that all of these feelings could be found within. The Divine Mother is within, as well as Divine Father. They're within. They're in your consciousness, and you can bring them into your body and experience them in the body. Anyways, yeah, so last night was a full moon in Ashleisha, and I was doing my Graha Sadhana, and, there's, mantras for each nakshatra as well. So if you want to do a full moon meditation, listen to the Chandra mantra, listen to the nakshatra mantra, and you can find them on YouTube. Write them down, study them, learn them. You can study the yantras, study the number squares. And so when you connect with these grahas, you can begin to understand astrology at a deeper level because Eve Mendoza says knowledge comes after devotion. So doing my best to work on my devotion. And that's another thing too. It's all fine and great to use astrology to heal and understand relationships, but the first problem is identifying what's wrong. So this man wasn't my karmic. I was karmic. I was in a karmic lesson that I had to stop perpetuating and to learn and heal and grow from. So apparently we both needed that interaction for a season and then to part ways and ultimately to learn from. So I'm not saying that this is everyone's experience. Not everyone has a darkness to ascend from, but if anyone does have a darkness to ascend from, hopefully my experience can help. And if you just continue to acquire spiritual merit and do your sadhana, the right person will come.